Hi YouTube, Smurf here. Today I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks on how to find the Nether Fortress in Minecraft on the PC. I don't know if it's the same for the Xbox, but I don't have the Xbox one, so yeah, for the PC version. Let's go to the computer. Alrighty guys, so now that we're on the computer, you need to have cobblestone. What the giant C is for. Cobblestone! Now, cobblestone is important because gas, the annoying ghost flying things in the nether that shoots explosive bombs on you, cannot blow up cobblestone. So, if you ever get in a tight pinch, you can just get into a cobblestone dome of protection. That's why cobblestone is important. Also, you're going to need blocks to navigate, to like go down, go up, go across lava pools, oceans, possibly, climb, lower yourself, etc. So cobbles is everywhere and works great for that purpose because then gas can't blow up your shenanigans when you're walking back. So like the bridges and whatnot. Cobblestone is also important to get your tools, your stone pickaxe and your stone shovel. You can use iron, but that'll be discussed a little later for the tools. I recommend stone because cobble is everywhere and really easy to find. The reason why I would suggest bringing a shovel and a pickaxe is because there's soul sand and that stuff is annoying to mine through and it's easier to just dig up with a shovel. Also, if you're going to find another fortress, you will want to pick up some soul sand to create nether warts, or rather grow them, for when you do find the nether fortress, because that's important for brewing. The pickaxes is to break the nether brick as well as the nether rack, which is kind of the abundant cobblestone of the nether. The next thing is iron! More specifically, iron armor. This is probably the most important because gas and pigmen, and I forgot to put iron boots in here. Anyhow, yeah. This is important to keep yourself protected. It just helps. Trust me. Iron armor, great. And if you have enough levels to get protection 1 with an enchanting table, I would recommend doing that as well, because that will only increase the effectiveness of your armor. Now, if you have tons and tons of iron, I would recommend bringing an iron sword for defense. But if not, cobblestone works just as for the same reasons as the other stone tools work. Same thing with the iron swords. If you have tons and tons of iron, go ahead and bring iron pickaxes and shovels with you. Be warned, however, while looking for your nether fortress, if you don't already know, you will most likely die at least once. So be ready to lose anything that you have on you. Which is why cobblestone is a good block, because it can't be blown up, and who cares if it gets lost? Really, it's everywhere. Stone tools, kind of same reason. Iron's a little bit more expensive because it's not as readily available as cobblestone. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can get abundance amounts of it, but still, cobble's cheaper. Also, I would recommend bringing a bow and arrows. Half a stack of arrows is all you really should want to bring, because if you die, you lose all those arrows. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but they're also not the most expensive. These will help you kill ghast from far away, and the blazes if you happen to find a nether fortress. So that's it for the iron. Next thing you need is food. I recommend melons! Mostly because they're the easiest thing that I've been able to find while just randomly walking around the world, because I believe they grow in forests and other climates. Don't quote me on that. But they can be sliced into lemon slices, and each one heals 2, and they stack 64 times. But if you have found a village in your world, there we go, there will also you'll also have the opportunity to get carrots or potatoes, which will work as well. Carrots will work better than the potatoes, and melons and carrots are kind of on the same level because they don't need to be cooked. But be warned that if you are going to bring potatoes, you need to cook them. Technically you don't, but they heal more, or rather give more hunger, or take away less hunger. I'm not sure how that's phrased. Or you could just go, the cooked chicken, cooked pork chop, cooked steak route, if you have that much. Oh, and I forgot I was uncreative. Oh, well, we're going to ignore that whole. Or cookies. I don't really know how to make cookies, but if you have an abundant amount, they'll work too, just as well as carrots and melons, I believe. But yes, you will need food for your nether. So, recap. Tools and blocks. Armor. Melee weapons. Ranged weapons. Food. And that's all the items you'll actually need to start your nether adventures. But like I said before, make sure that anything you bring, you're okay with losing. Don't bring all of your food that you've collected for like the past 2 weeks that like take up half your backpack. Which, again, I'm in creative, so it doesn't show the backpack right away. But anyways, yes. Don't bring an abundant amount of stuff. Just bring what you need. So about 1 to 2 stacks of cobble. I would recommend 2 stone picks and 1 stone shovel. 1 stone sword or iron sword. 1 set of protection 1 iron armor. 1 bow and about 32 arrows. And then if you're comfortable with it, bring a full stack of melons or carrots or potatoes or cookies. Or you could bring a half stack. If you're going to be bringing the meats, I would definitely recommend only bringing a half stack because these do heal more than the potatoes, carrots, and cookies. And they kind of cost a little bit more. But with all those items now understood that we need those, the next thing you need to have is a Nether Fortress. Hopefully you already know how to make that. I'm not going to go over that because you're looking for a Nether Fortress. So you should understand how to get a Nether portal up. But yeah, that's it. So now that we've covered the actual items you need within Minecraft to go on your Nether Fortress journey of, I really hope I find one. You need to understand the coordinate system. This will help you because Nether Fortresses spawn on the same. Ooh, I have it. I had it in my mind. That's Y, that's X, and that's Z. They spawn on the same Z plane, I want to say. So, let's say this hole right here is a Nether Fortress. That means if you keep walking in this direction, you will find another fortress here, or you will find one here, but in that same Z plane. Now, why is that important if you haven't already found another fortress? That means that you don't want to just walk in the one X direction or one Z direction, because that means if you're walking in the same Z direction all the time, you could miss that hole, right? Which is another fortress. Just walk past it. Oh, I wish I never found one. What do I do? Walking in straight lines are bad when looking for another fortress. Same reason for why if you walk in the same X. Oh, yeah, look, you never even find them. There'd be 2 nether fortresses right near you. And you just keep walking. So, the trick is to walk in a kind of diagonal of Z and X. And then you're bound to stumble upon one eventually. Now, that's not very reassuring. I know. I said eventually. But you have much greater chance of finding another fortress if you walk this way than if you would walk, say, straight left or right, or up or down. So, you'll want to walk in the diagonal. Very important. But how do you tell if you're walking in diagonal a lot? Well, you could walk, hey, look, block, but there's going to be creepy ghast and lava and a whole bunch of assorted other bad things that are going to make you a little distracted from looking at each individual square. So, If you hit F3, it brings up this handy dandy thing in the top left corner. And if you notice, it says X is something, Y is something, and Z is something. Now, Y is how high you are, so when I fly up higher, my Y increases. When I go down, my Y decreases. The X's and Z's are dependent on whether your direction, going left or right, or forward and backward. Forward and backward are Z, and left to right is X, from my understanding of the coordinate plane. Okay, so my game mode is updated, and I'll show you by I can't fly. Can't fly. That's not really helpful. But here's a better way. Look, I have to break dirt blocks really slow. Cobble is even ridiculous. So, let's get rid of this dirt block right quick. Throw you. Let's get our cobble. We got my things. We got the food. We got the cobble. We got the stones and the tools and all the shenanigans. Let's go into the Nether and see if we can't find a Nether Fortress in the next 5 minutes. We most likely won't, but yeah. Alrighty. Get out of that. Okay. So far, oh, look at all that spawning beautifulness. Lots of lava, pool. Oh, wow. Ooh, holes. Alright. So here is my Nether. Now, another trick that has helped me is that Nether fortresses tend to spawn on Y70. So if you want to get that high first and then start, that could help. But you see how there's a giant pool of lava that way? Yeah, that could not be the best option. So, just in case you're unfamiliar with the Nether, this guy right here is a zombie pigman. He is unaggressive to you until you hit him. You do not want to hit zombie pigmen. They hurt very badly. See that golden sword? It takes out 2 chunks of your life. With iron armor with protection 1 on, I think. Don't quote me. But yes, they normally travel in packs, and once you get one angry, all the other ones in the area will get angry at you and want to attack you. So do not hit these at all costs. It's very important. We don't have any gas. No gas. Alright. So, let's start. I'm gonna do a time-lapsey thing and see how that works. Alrighty. Be back in a second. Oh wow, we actually found one pretty fast. It didn't take no time at all. Only question is, how do I get to it? Well, see that thing right there, the golden spinning thing? That's a blaze. Blaze only spawn in Nether Fortresses. So that thing right there that we can barely see, that is Netherrack. Huh. We found another fortress really, really fast. Yeah. So that's how you find another fortress. Most likely, you will not find it so easily. Really, really easily. I am very surprised. But yeah, that's how you find another fortress. I hope anyone find one. Let me know. Leave a comment. Awesome. Okay. Bye, YouTube.